Hello students, welcome back. This is part 8 of the video for the topic vectors. Welcome back students. How are you students? Hope all are fine. Hope all of you have revised the previous questions and done the assignment questions given to you in the last session. Now we will move on to the parallel vectors. Before that we will solve the assignment questions given to you. So students, now please take out your textbook and your class workbook. Okay. Now before that, doing the assignment questions, we will have a quick review on the topics covered, that is especially the column vectors. Okay. Now what are vectors, students? Vector is a quantity, you know that, right? It has a size as well as a direction. Now last video I spoke to you about column vectors. Remember, column vectors I told you were vectors with two components, that is the x component and the y component. Okay, that is how a column vector is represented, with the x component and a y component. And also we spoke about negative vectors. Remember, see, I have given you the diagram, the graph in a plane or in the graph sheet, the vector AB and vector CD. Okay. Now you can see a vector AB is negative vector of vector CD. It is the same size, but vector CD is in the opposite direction to vector AB. You can see that from the arrow. See, vector AB and vector CD are different directions. Okay. Now I have given to you the components of vector AB, that is 3 to the right and 2 up. Okay, 3 to the right and 2 up. And vector CD I have given to you. Okay, that is, I have given you negative 3. It has here vector CD is negative 3 and negative 2, and negative of vector CD will be 3 and 2. Okay, negative of vector CD will be negative of vector CD. So the negative components has become positive components. That is a rule for negative vectors. Okay, when you take negative of vector CD, the x component and the y components changes. Okay, so vector AB and vector CD are negative components of each other. Now find the vectors in component form. Okay, now we will move on to the exercise question, that is assignment questions, students, of page 272. Now students, have you taken out your textbook and your class workbook or your register, students, in which you have solved the assignment questions? Okay. See, now this is a question from your textbook. The question says, find the vectors in component form. That is, you have to write the components in column vectors with the x component and y component. Given B, vector B is 1, x component is 1 and y component is 4. And vector H, x component is 12 and y component is 5. So the given question is B plus H. So you have to add vector B and vector H. Okay. Now substitute the given column vectors in B plus H. Okay. And now what you do is you add the corresponding components. Okay. 1 plus negative 12, you will get negative 11, and 4 plus 5, the y components. Okay. Adding the y components, you will get 9. So B plus H. They are asking you to write it in component form. So your answer you have written in component form, negative 11 and 9. Okay. Now students, question number 15. The question is E minus B. E likewise, here they have given the vector B and vector E. So now you will just substitute vector B, the components of vector B and vector E. Okay, here since it is negative E minus B, you know already the rule of negative vectors. When for subtraction of component column vectors, I told you what you do is add the negative of vector B. Okay, add the negative of vector B. Okay, so now here we will just substitute the components. Okay, so when you substitute the components here, we have to first find out negative b. Okay, so negative b here, the components of b are 1, x component is 1 and y component is 4. So when you add the negative of b, I told you previously, the positive here in this question, the column vector for b, the x component and y component is positive. So when it is negative b, it becomes negative 1 and negative 4. Okay, so for subtraction of vectors, you add the negative of vector b. Okay, so now you have added, you are going to add the negative of vector b. Your negative vector b is components are positive, but when we took the negative of b, it became the x component is negative 1 and the y component is negative 4. Okay, now you will add 5 plus, add the x components, 5 plus negative 1 you will get 4 and 12 plus negative 4 you will get 8. Okay, so this is the answer, vector in component form. You have written the vector in component form as per the question. Now question number 17, the question is g minus h. Okay, here likewise they have given to you the vector g and vector h in column vectors. Okay, now here also this is subtraction of column vector. So what you do is add the negative of h. Okay, column vector h. So first see g plus negative of h. Okay, so first we will find out negative h. Negative h will be negative of the column vector h. Okay, negative 12 and positive 5. So when it is negative of 12 of negative 12, it becomes positive 12 and negative 5. Okay, so now you got negative h. Negative h is equals to 12 and negative 5. X component is 12, y component is negative 5. Now you will do substitute the vector g, components of vector g in this g plus negative of h. Okay, here I have written the components, x component and y component for g and plus negative h, which we already found out here. So now you will simplify. Negative 4 plus 12 you will get 8. Okay, and negative 2 plus negative 5 you will get negative 7. So this is the answer written in component form as per the question. Now moving into the next question. Question is question number 21, 5a plus half g. Here vector a is given to us 3, 4 and vector g is given to us negative 4 and negative 2. Okay, first you can see here 5a, that is means 5 here, this 5 is a scalar. So you have to multiply the column vector, then the x component and y component of a with the scalar 5. So first we will solve 5a. Okay, so when you solve this, you will multiply 5 with 5 multiplied by 3 you get 50 and 5 multiplied by 4 you will get 20. Okay, so you found out 5a. Okay, now we will find out half g. Okay, half g will be half of vector g, that is negative 4 and negative 2. So when you multiply half multiplied by negative 4 you will get negative 2 and half multiplied by negative 2 you will get negative 1. Now substitute these given 5a, what we found out, and half g. Okay, 5a plus half g is equals to 15 plus of negative 2 you will get 13 and 20 plus negative 1 you will get 19. Okay, so this is your answer written in component form. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Question number 34. The question says find x in component form. Okay, the question is 3x minus b is equals to x plus h. Okay, so here you will group the like terms are 3x and x. So group the like terms. So it becomes 2x. Here I have grouped and shown you. So first now we will simplify that. 2x is equals to h plus b. Okay, 2x is equals to h plus b. You have transposed the positive x to the opposite side, so it became negative h. Likewise, negative b became positive b. And here you will get 2x is equals to h plus b. Now you will, what is the column vector for h given in the question? Negative 12 is x component, y component is 5. Okay, and for vector b it is 1 x component and 4 is the y component. Now you will substitute that x vector h and vector b. Okay, and now what you do is add the x components, negative 12 plus 1. Negative 12 plus 1 you will get negative 11, and 5 plus 4 you will get 9. Now this is a 2x, right? So you will divide each component by 2. So x is equals to negative 11 divided by 2, you will get negative 5 and a half, and x 9 divided by 2 you will get 4 and a half. Okay, so now this is the column vector written in component form. So find x in component form. Now you have found out x. Okay, you found out x in what form? Component form. Okay students, now question number 34 is also done. Now we will move on to our topic, parallel vectors. Okay, so now parallel. Okay, parallel means, what do you mean understand by the word parallel? Parallel means two lines, for instance, are said to be parallel if they are moving in the same direction and they keep the same distance apart. Okay, now vectors, in the case of vectors are parallel if they are in the same direction. Okay, if the two vectors are in the same direction, they are said to be parallel. Not only that, both the components of the vector, of one vector, must be in the same ratio to the corresponding components of the other parallel vector. Okay, that is what I have written here. Vectors are parallel if they have the same direction. Okay, that is, both the components of one vector must be in the same ratio. Okay, same ratio to the corresponding components of the parallel vector. That is, it will have x component and y component, right? So it should be in the same ratio. That means one vector should be a scalar multiple of the other vector. Okay, so in that case it is called a parallel vector. Now for instance, in general the vector k, vector AB, these are the x component, this is x component, vector, y component. Okay, if it is multiplied by k, scalar k, in general the vector, this is a format. Okay, in general the vector k, okay, this vector with components a and b is multiplied by scalar is parallel to another vector with x component and y component. Okay, if it is a scalar multiple of the other. Okay, so that means this is a scalar multiple of this vector. Okay, for given, I have given here an example for your better understanding. Here the first vector is 3, the components of first vector is 3 and negative 5. Here the example says 3 negative 5 is parallel to 6 negative 10. Students, this is please keep your textbook open. This is an example question from your textbook I have taken. So you can likewise refer to your textbook also. So I will show you by the working, I will show to you how it is done, because that is not fully done in the textbook. So here 3 and negative 5 is parallel to 6 and negative 10. That is what is given in the example. Okay. Now I told you one vector is a scalar multiple of the other. So you can see, when you analyze here, you can see the x component, the first, here the x component is 3, here the x component is 6. That means 6 is a multiple of 3, right? Multiple of 3. Okay. Likewise, negative 10 is also a multiple of negative 5. So that means it is a multiple of the other. Okay. For two vectors u and v, for instance, if name of one vector is u and the name of another vector is v, for two vectors u and v to be parallel, u equals to kv. That means u, this vector u will be equals to vector v multiplied by a scalar. Okay, k can be any real number. Scalars, I told you previously, are ordinary numbers. Now, according to this equation, we will take first the x component and simplify and see what is a scalar or what is a k. Now, 3k, okay? 3k here, this is a vector v, okay? And this is a vector u. So, 3k is equals to 6. So, now what is k? K will be 6 divided by 3 is equals to 3. K is equal to 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. Okay, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, now, so what is k? What is scalar? 2. That means this vector 3 negative 5, column vector 3 negative 5 is a scalar multiple of 6 negative 10. That is why they have said 3 negative 5 is parallel to 6 negative 10. Okay, so I have shown you the working. This part is not in the textbook and this one also. This is a general format. You can solve any questions to prove any vectors, two vectors are parallel. You can use this equation. Okay, you have to take one of it as v and one of the other as u. Okay, so one vector is a scalar multiple of the other vector. So you can say 6 negative 10 may be written as 2, that is a scalar, okay? K 3 scalar multiplied with this column vector 3 and negative 5. Okay. Now we will do a question from the exercise. Okay. Exercise 7, page 273. Students, are you having your textbooks open? Please refer to page 273. Question number 38. The question says, state whether true or false. You have to write whether it is true or false. That is, first question, 3 negative 1. The first column vector is 3 and negative 1 is parallel to the column vector 9 and negative 3. Now, how do you prove? I told you to prove you have to, that is one vector should be a scalar multiple of the other vector. Okay, that means two vectors are parallel if one of them is a multiple of the other. That is, here you can see when you analyze the x components, you can see 9 and 3. Okay, 9 is a multiple of 3, right? So, two vectors are parallel. Then, if two vectors are to be parallel, then one of them, okay, should be a multiple of the other. So, now as per the previous question I gave to the example question, we will simplify. Okay, that is for two vectors u and v. U is equal, this is a general format, students, you can follow for any question. U is equal to kv for some real number, any number, ordinary number, this is k is a scalar. Okay, now k, now what is the value of k? You will first take the x components. 3k is equals to 9. Okay, that means 9 is a scalar multiple of this. Okay, so what is the value of k, students? 9 divided by 3, that is 3. Okay, so you can say that now analyze this scalar k with the y components also. So you can understand negative 3 is a scalar multiple of negative 1, is a multiple of the other. Okay, so you can say that 3 multiplied by, when you multiply the scale by this vector, column vector by a scalar 3, it results in 9 and negative 3. That is, when you multiply 3 multiplied by 3, you will get 9, and 3 multiplied by 1, you will get negative 3. Both the x component and y component. So that means the LHS and RHS are equal. So that means it is parallel. Okay. Okay. So you will have to mention whether true or false. So it is true, they are parallel. Both LHS is equals to RHS. Now question number D. The question number D, the first column vector is 5, negative 15 is a y component, is equals to the vector, column vector 1 and negative 3 is multiplied by a scalar 5. So we will simplify this right hand side and see. You will get 5 and negative 15, right? Okay. 5 and negative 15. Okay, so now LHS and RHS are equal, right? See, you for this okay, speaking about this equation, see 5 is equals to 5 into 1. Okay, so LHS and RHS are equal, so that means true, the two vectors are parallel. Okay, now students, I will give you some assignment questions from exercise 7 for question 40 ABC. Students, next we will start with exercise 8. So today we have done with parallel vectors. Hope all of you have understood parallel vectors. It is almost similar to multiplication by a scalar. Okay, now here the parallel vectors topic is also over now, so you will do this assignment question 40 ABC, and be ready with your assignment questions. Again, we have 3 more exercise students in this vectors, exercise 8, exercise 9 and exercise 10. Okay, so after this exercise 7, next video we will move on to exercise 8. Okay, so take care, bye, see you.